welcome to Channel Awesome's Orbit Report, your source for everything happening around the world in pop culture and entertainment news. I'm Heather Roos.
And I'm Anna Wade.
And I just got beamed. That was surreal. Like every molecule moved. That was weird. And I'm also Doug Walker.
And this is your news for Monday, June 25th.
That's right. We have a special guest on this episode today. So we're going to go ahead and get right in all the news we have for this week. Starting with It, Chapter 2, who has now added 2 new actors to their fabulous cast. That's going to be Xavier Dolan from Tom at the Farm as Adrian Mellon, and Will Beinbrink from I Saw the Light as Bev's husband. Both of these character announcements are very interesting because it definitely seems like these additions mean they're going to definitely be sticking closer to the novel and not so much the already existing miniseries.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of material in the novel. We've seen the size of that monstrosity.
Yeah, they're not gonna run short of stuff they can pick from there. Yeah, so it's probably for the best.
Absolutely.
Now, are they still gonna have to cast the spider? That's what I'm curious about. That spider at the end. That's what I want to see.
Man. I've heard that spider from, what was it, Wild Wild West might be on board. So
I bet they'll use CG. It won't look as good as the original.
whatever. These are both very darker characters. Bev's husband has some history of abuse, and so...
In a Stephen King story? No.
Never.
I know! In the town of Derry! Really? So it definitely seems like these additions are definitely going to just be a darker addition to this already dark tale.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have some really good powerhouse acting to add to our list of already great
actors, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very excited for It Chapter 2, and I can't wait for more casting news.
Also this week, MTV announced that they are creating a whole new section, MTV Studios. And with this new section of media, which personally I think might be leading up to a streaming service. I don't know why else.
Sounds right.
I mean, I don't know why else you would create a whole new section of entertainment when you already have television channels and other places.
You have a ton of things already.
Yeah. So I think this is leading up to a streaming service, but that's just my opinion. And with this, they announced 2 new shows. The first one is straight up Ghosted.
Great title.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
so
yes.
MTV, but it's basically kind of like a reverse
Catfish.
where they're seeking out people who have ghosted them on social media. And in case you don't know what ghosted means, just means that the person went black on them and don't talk to them anymore. So.
I was really hoping it was a ghost show, like an MTV ghost show.
It's gonna be like Ghost Adventures.
Oh my gosh, yes, but with emojis. You know?
OMG, boo.
Little ghost emoji. Oh no! I just got straight up ghosted.
The other new show is going to be The Valley, which sounds like it's just the hills for a new generation. So.
Sure.
Yeah, but also they said that they're going to be reviving a whole bunch of their other old series. So first up, they're reviving Made and The Real World because it's MTV reality shows. They're huge. And then Aeon Flux as well, which could be really cool.
That could be interesting.
Is having a moment right now.
Oh, yeah.
Sci-fi is obviously super popular right now, and I think it's a great idea to market that kind of thing towards teens, and it could be really cool.
Is it still going to be animated?
Yes.
Okay, that'd be cool too.
I believe so, yeah. And then lastly, they're also reviving Daria!
Yay!
Representing!
So obviously we had to have to come on and talk about
That's
it.
my favorite show. I love that show. I don't know how to feel about this because the one I saw it says it's called Daria and Jody, which is a weird combo. They've had some episodes together before, but it's also they didn't have a ton of episodes and they had okay chemistry, but it wasn't phenomenal. And I was saying there's nothing they can do that our minds haven't already made up that are going to happen in the future. Whatever they write is not going to be as good as our fan fiction that we have in our head of them growing up or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know what to think of it. I'm not super optimistic, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Where did we last leave off with them? Going to college?
They're graduating. Yeah, they were going to college. Yeah. And they had like a little like what could happen like in the credits, but they never said it was like absolute.
Right.
So I don't know. There's stuff you can talk about with technology and everything and people changing, but it's like I don't want to know. It ended so well. It ended so perfect.
Well,
so.
do you think they would keep with the same animation necessarily?
I think they'd probably go with like more of a Flash thing,
Yeah.
to make it more simple. But yeah, I kind of feel like they'd have to.
Yeah.
Because it was such an already pretty easy style, honestly.
Sure.
Yeah.
And easy to replicate episode after episode. Knock them out, right?
Yeah, very, very easily, I think.
What do you think about voice talent, though? Like, do you think they'll have all original cast, or?
I don't know why they
might do
wouldn't.
that?
I mean, it's like they've gotten older, but in voice acting, it doesn't really matter. I
Sure.
mean, so you can still have like, even if you're like 50 or 80 or whatever, you can still sound like, whatever, a slightly older teenager.
Right.
So
Well,
it's like
and
I
the
feel like
character
it'd
would
be
have
okay.
aged with her as well.
Yeah, so like I feel like it will work out okay, but I don't know, man. Fingers crossed, but I don't know.
No. Well,
Not convinced quite yet.
Not yet, no.
Yeah. I mean, I know there was an image that was released as well that was showing the concept art of like what the characters could look like, and it looked interesting.
Yeah, it was
Right.
like from the creators, and they sort of even had a little bio saying, "Hey, here's what happened. Like, here's our official." But I mean, it's still not a show,
Right,
or anything
right.
like that. So it's sort of like, here's our fun idea of what happened to them.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to wait
I don't
and
know,
see.
man.
But
Like
again,
I said.
We don't know when that's gonna come out. Yeah.
no idea.
Why isn't it called Daria and Jane? Why is it
Right.
guys like
Yeah.
my favorite character? I want to see what happened to her.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We might
Yeah.
find out.
Right. Maybe they're not so close.
Maybe
anymore.
she
Maybe.
straight up ghosted Daria.
There'll be a crossover. It'll be amazing.
the crossover episode.
Daria's
Daria
been
being
straight up ghosted.
I got straight up ghosted.
Well, while being filmed on the real world, and then they just get beamed to Eon Flux's universe or something like that.
Mind blown. And then
There
they
it
go, "This is the real world."
I'm hating all of this, but I kind of want to see it.
But it's also kind of genius.
The crossover to end all crossovers. And MTV's just like drops the mic. Like, look, man, we reinvented just television and entertainment.
Tell us you didn't expect us to do this. Come on. We're MTV.
There's
Right.
only so many things you can do in entertainment now. Just jump that shark.
Right, jump it. Why not? Also, this week we've been on a ride.
Oh, wow.
Of
Yes.
drama, a Star Wars story. So there's been a lot of news this week happening with Star Wars and specifically the Star Wars story movies. So there was initially a report that was put out that all of the Star Wars story movies are being put on hold. Like, don't expect to see that Boba Fett movie because it's not happening. But then ABC Disney jumped in and was like, nuh-uh, there's tons of movies being made, but we just don't want to tell you what they are.
That's what they tweeted. Nuh-uh, and nothing else.
I mean,
Disney was like, lies.
Lies! Like the Rogue One, dude.
Yeah.
right. But it sounds like all of this started because there was, of all things, a Mos Eisley movie in
Obviously.
production.
Which I kind of think would be cool, honestly, if there's like no main character, but then Walter was saying like it should be a show. I'm like, I'm down for that, a Mos Eisley show. I'm totally down for that.
I mean, it's-
see GP Arthur back. I mean, you do it with Peter Cushing.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed like a weird option though for all the Star Wars stories. But I mean, obviously Doug would see it, so.
I gotta know the backstory behind the band and why they just play that song over and over and like
Over
nothing else.
and
Like 2
over.
songs, that's all they ever play.
And like,
true.
if the other characters like in the universe know, or like that's kind of like the bit of the bar. They're like, we go to this cantina because they know 2 songs. They know that
That's it.
real well.
I got it down. It's like the anti-jazz.
Like, listen to my ringtone.
Yeah, so that was officially like put on hold
Right,
and canceled.
right.
So then since that was put on hold, canceled, whatever, then a news site decided to just take it and run with it and it's like, all Star Wars stories. But at this point, all we know for certain is that Rian Johnson still has his trilogy. Some of the producers of Game of Thrones also have a Star Wars series, trilogy, coming
What
out
have
as
you.
well.
Yeah.
The Star Wars story movies are kind of in flux right now, although, like I said, ABC is saying that they are still in production. They're still going to happen, just they're reworking how they want to market it and
Sure.
how they want to film it. and kind of propose it to the general audience.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of budget cuts would be my guess.
Right. I mean, after Solo didn't perform as well as they thought it would,
Right.
but it also makes sense. People are getting, if I'm gonna be that person for a second, people are getting Star Wars fatigue. There's just so
Absolutely.
much. There's so much happening right now. So I guess we'll have to wait and see because Disney and ABC are kind of being a child about it. Nuh-uh, we totally have movies. They just can't tell you about them.
Including that remake of The Last Jedi.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh,
Can't wait for that.
thanks, Twitter. This is why we get childish responses from ABC Disney.
Listen, the
because
prequels are
there's-
fine. Don't touch those. But The Last Jedi, we gotta do this over. We gotta do this
Let's
over.
put our priorities in the right place.
Right.
That's pretty much it from this week. I'm sure there's a lot of other things that we didn't even have time to get to. But I definitely wanted to mention my animated series of Multiplex 10 is starting a Kickstarter campaign dropping this evening to fund 5 more web series episodes and 5 more animated movie reviews. In case there's any, I don't know, if you like movie reviews out there.
I hate 'em.
Anyone
I can't
out there
stand 'em.
watching?
No.
Right, the worst, right? Oh, the nerve of those people. And those are going to be in addition to our already produced 9 web episodes that are available on YouTube and online at multiplex10.com. So if you'd like to help fund the Kickstarter, you can go to multiplex10.com. Otherwise, talk to us on social media. Heather?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, where I now stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Great.
Facebook, there, wherever the link is.
And you can find me on Facebook and everywhere else that you need at these links below. Otherwise, we will see you soon. And in the meantime, can you beam us up?